So hope children you have understood the perfect competition market. Now we will understand the other market, that is imperfect competition market. Under imperfect competition market, here every producer is a price maker. That means they can decide the price of their own. Let us suppose that the producers are reducing the price just to sell more units of output. Here in this table we will understand the behavior of TR, AR and MR. Just not to waste the time, let's start. Here price and average revenue both are the same thing. So we can see that prices are changing as the number of units of output are sold. So every seller try to reduce the price in order to sell more units of output. Under imperfect competition market, what happens? Every seller tries to reduce the price just to hold the customers. So question arises, up to which unit producer will reduce the price? We all know that profit is the difference between revenue and the cost. So profit is the difference between total revenue and the total cost. So producer will produce up to that quantity where his profit is maximum. Suppose for example, the cost for making this marker pen is rupees 15 and the revenue is 10. After selling this item, revenue is rupees 10. So can you tell me my cost is more or revenue is more? So I can see clearly that my cost is more than the revenue. So I have the loss here of rupees 5. So I did not gain. I did not do the profit here, but I have made the loss of rupees 5. So producer, if he wants to increase the profit, either he can increase the sale or reduce the cost. What happens under imperfect competition? Many producers think that by reducing the price, a company can increase the revenue or firm can earn profit. Is not it? But for selling one extra output, from second unit to third unit you can say, but for selling one extra output by reducing the price, firm can increase the revenue. But for making one extra output, extra cost is also required. So firm must take this cost into consideration. So by reducing the price, every producer must compare increase in sale and increase in cost. Now for example I am saying, suppose for selling one extra unit of output, say from second unit to third unit, my cost has been reduced from rupees 8 to rupees 6 and total revenue increases just by rupees 2. Clear? Now what I can see, for making this additional unit of output, extra cost is also required. So producer must compare whether cost is more or revenue is more. Clear? This much is clear. Now children, every producer, so remember that prices should be reduced. Prices should be reduced till the time my increase in total revenue is more than the cost. Clear children? Now increase in revenue is important, but at the same time increase in cost is also important. Now let us see this total revenue, marginal revenue, average revenue in a simple diagrammatic representation. Here I can see children, first of all look at the table. Here I can see that my total revenue increases up to 4th unit. Total revenue is increasing, see 10, 16, 18. My total revenue is increasing. After that 4th and 5th unit it becomes maximum. Clear? And beyond 5th unit, that means 6th, 7th, 8th, my total revenue is falling. Can you see? This is falling. Here it is increasing. My total revenue is increasing. 4th and 5th unit it becomes maximum and after that it falls down. So what I can see here is that my marginal revenue is also falling. See 10, 6, 2. So my marginal revenue is falling. After that it becomes negative also. Average revenue is also falling. Average revenue means price per unit. Obviously, I told that producers are reducing the price as the output is going to sell. So, price per unit is falling. So, my average revenue is falling. My additional revenue is also falling because of the price is falling. Of every additional unit, my price is falling. So, my additional revenue is falling. Clear? So I can say that when my marginal revenue is falling, my total revenue is also increasing, but increasing at a decreasing rate. Why? Because marginal revenue only tells us the manner in which total revenue is increasing or decreasing. So my marginal revenue is falling, so my total revenue is increasing, but increasing at a decreasing rate. So my curve is like this way. You know this? So total revenue, this is the total revenue. So total revenue first is started from the origin. It becomes maximum. So you can see in the 4th and 5th unit here, my total revenue becomes maximum. You could say that, ma'am, it could be maximum in the 4th unit. No. Why? Because marginal revenue is still 2. It's still positive. So here my total revenue cannot be maximum. It can be maximum only where marginal revenue is 0, because now it adds nothing to the total revenue. Here I can still add. So I can get it. So if you add more, if you add nothing, you will get the same result. So that means my total revenue will be maximum where my marginal revenue is 0. So it will be maximum here where my marginal revenue is 0, which is equals to, see, it is equals to 0. Clear? Now afterwards, what happens? My marginal revenue becomes negative. So when it becomes negative, you can see this is the negative. So my marginal revenue becomes negative and my total revenue starts falling down. Clear? So this is average revenue. You can see it is falling. It starts from the same origin, same where, see, average revenue, total revenue, marginal revenue all starts the same. So my average revenue is also downward sloping and my marginal revenue is also downward sloping. But one thing to note is here, marginal revenue will fall faster than the average revenue. Why? Because marginal revenue has a single unit. That means I am just calculating for the second unit. Suppose if I want to calculate marginal revenue for the second unit, so my marginal revenue will be 6. Here nothing is in the denominator. But average revenue is derived by all the units. That means by average revenue we have derived by the, here in the denominator it is divided by the quantity. So it is falling at a slower pace and it is falling at a faster rate. It is falling but falling at a slower rate. Clear? Average revenue. So I can say that, see here, from till 3rd unit my demand is what? The product for the demand. So demand for the product is elastic. That means ED is greater than 1. Clear? After that it is unitary. That means it is constant. So demand is unitary. And after that when it is falling, so my demand is inelastic. Clear, children? So you can see this diagram properly. Total revenue, average revenue. If nothing is cleared or still if you are confused, you can ask me out. Please note it down. Hope I have cleared this chapter. So I'll be back with the new chapter. Thank you.